look, it's not. Hey, welcome everybody. Good to see you. It's been a little bit of a day, so I apologize for starting a little bit late, but I think we're all set and ready to go and see everybody. And a lot happened last week or last session. There's probably gonna be more happening in this one. So if we're ready, I believe Adrian's gonna give you our usual recap.
A lot happened, but the notes are surprisingly short. So here we go. When it started out, we were on the move back to Waterdeep. We set up camp at the end of the first day, which had passed relatively uneventfully. Garvin winds up setting up a bunch of alarms. We take watches, and during Coco's watch, which was first, we start to hear wings. Turns out it's dragons. One of them grabs Knob, and two more of them land near us. We kill one and lose another one, and we're left helpless in terms of, where the fuck did Knob go? We take the dragon onto the cart with, some team effort. We walk for a few hours and take another rest to actually finish a long rest this time. And the rest of our trip home is actually uneventful, which is a little weird for us. We arrive home to a note from Scarlet telling us a lot of bad news. We need to head to the Sword Mountains to get a Fey Stone to open a portal to the Twilight region of the Feywild back in Meat. All in an effort to stop Grey from resurrecting... You're going to have to pronounce that one for me one more time.
Oliganthropos?
Thank you. That looks like a U here. So. Yeah, Oliganthropos.
Oliganthropos.
Sure. At the end of our session, as we're waking up and getting ready for our day of shopping and then heading out towards the mountains, having told the Silver Lady what we're doing and where we're going, Scarlet actually shows up at the door. And she has info about our friend, which, until the signing off, we weren't sure who it was. Turns out it's Knob. And yeah, here we are. So, which friend, Scarlet?
Your gnome friend, Knob. Halfling friend,
yeah,
Knob,
tell me
sorry.
more.
Well, first of all, he's not a halfling.
Excuse you?
He's a dragon.
Well, that
More
makes
specifically,
my love life
he's
significantly more complicated.
More specifically, he's of the rainbow variety, which aren't really native here as much as they were in the Fae.
You got one of those.
He
Am I still
is.
asleep?
Trust me, this is last-minute information that we just found out. He's the last of the line of Oliganthropos. And he... has been intentionally kept hidden under his own volition, mind you. Unfortunately, he seemed to have been found out. He was under a very strong Gaia spell from a wizard, and then was mind blanked to prevent scrying and divination. Somehow, either somebody around has been keeping an eye on you guys from a distance, or something else has happened. We haven't figured out where the information came from, but it seems they found it.
So how much does this push up our timetables?
I don't think it changes anything. It's still going to take time for them to complete whatever ritual is going to be required. But he was a little more key than we were expecting.
Yep.
So,
So, is this ritual going to be performed in the Fae? Because the Fae time is a little.
right. You may have more time, you may have less. Probably, it's complicated. One way or another, we need to get you there to figure out the state of things. And as I said that in my letter, that's going to require the Fae Stone. Which, unfortunately, we don't know that. We know it's in the Sword Mountain, and it had been held by, it'd been found by Halgan Deepbinder, who's from Amphail. Now, he's long gone, that was many years ago, but he has family who still lives there. They actually own a mining company in Amphail.
Yeah, so we go shopping and then we teleport to Amphail, was it?
We had sent somebody ahead just to prep a teleportation circle. We have we have one local as our more permanent one, which you can at least use to get you up there. Save you about 3 days' time.
Thanks.
Our ladyship there, she said, teleportation stuff.
Well, the Harpers have their own little network, but we're already closer than any other major town to Amphail, so it's not going to work to take you to one of our other locations. But we did send somebody up as a temporary move.
Okay. And Garvin's off.
Yes, as you guys are sitting there talking, you see Garvin just walk off, not saying a word.
Okay, we have things to do and places to be. The bar is open for the day. Do whatever the fuck you want.
When you're ready, believe it or not, about a block away, we have one of our other locations where the teleportation circle is actually located. It's the Ulperinter Villa.
Ah. Can you spell that for me?
Dude, doesn't have to be so friggin' perfect there, bud. Albrenter. I spelt it with a Q. The Q is silent. I get it. It's my notes. Yeah. There's also a 6 in there.
If I find any important information, I will be sure to send it to you. But Amphail definitely seems to be the location you guys need to go. And where it is now.
Okay.
Stupid. Great. Thanks, Cam.
Where's Garvin going?
We'll never know until he's back, and even then we might not.
Yeah,
Best not to worry about him, it just annoys him when he comes home.
Yeah, Garvin's off Garvining. He does Garvin stuff,
Yep. So,
worried.
shopping? No, he'll be fine. And if he's not, he'll contact me. Or Murray. Or you. Or Zahiri, now that I think of it. Yes, or we will hear a very loud explosion in the center of town, and we will know that Garvin and/or a great number of other people are dead. Probably all.
That's concerning. Tweety just giggled at death. It's awesome. I love it. Keep that enthusiasm. It's really
so
disconcerting.
Shopping. Rip. We had discussed needing a few things. I also had a few things in mind to pick up. We have a veritable fuckload of gold. Shall the four of us go on a shopping trip? I'll make everything a bit cheaper. I guess.
Off we go, I suppose.
I'm gonna go tell Horsington the Fourth, just the name I gave him, that we're gonna be gone for a bit there. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to just go over what we talked about?
Sure.
Okay. So we did this mostly off stream so that you guys wouldn't have to sit through the monotony of us looking through inventories and, possible things to buy and whatnot. But the things we buy before leaving town are 2 healing potions for each of us, a jug of alchemy for Murray, 1 diamond each, I think. Might be 2. Let me double check that. 1 diamond each. Some spell scrolls, some goggles of night vision for Coco, and a cloak of protection for me. Because
Squishy.
I'm squishy as fuck. I have a bunch of health, but like, my AC's 10.
I have so much mayo for your French fries. It's awesome.
Okay.
And we spent a lot of money doing it, but yeah.
I
Oof.
get to see in the dark. I get to see in the dark. I'm so excited.
Oh, look at me. Tweety gets to see in the dark. Oh.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, fuck. I can turn into shit that can see in the dark somewhere.
So, while they're shopping, we also have Murray. You said you were staying back doing something.
No, I was just gonna let the horse know that we were gonna take off for a bit
Okay.
and to make himself comfy, and then I was gonna, while they're walking, kind of thing, I'm working on a plan with the horse there, but it's not important. It's, I'm building a network of spies, basically,
Okay.
just making friends with a few animals. It works. It helps. Yeah. I give him a hug. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. And then.
All right. So you guys managed to get all that. Garvin, you've set off on another goal in mind.
And I'm heading to somebody that's with Harper Connect or with Open Lord Connect. Somebody important in the city. Somebody powerful. Somebody that might have items or things of great resource that I could use this in a trade. Not necessarily just get money for.
So just based on the information, you would probably know Force Grey is basically the head by Vashra Sapphire is the current Blackstaff. That she
Okay.
runs basically protectors, but they're all very magically adept generally. You might be able to work with their quartermaster, their supplier there.
Okay.
As I'll have access to a
So-
number of different things.
So I'm going to be heading in that direction then.
Okay.
That's where I would go.
So you make your way back towards the Castle Waterdeep, and you see the Force Grey Tower.
Give myself like a bit of a steal my reserve a bit. I'd probably, you know what, Garvin actually for once probably just looks around, just for once. There's a lot that's been going on. He gives a scan to make sure nobody's following him.
Okay.
Even by Garvin's standards, it's not terrible. That would be a 10.
Okay. As far as you can tell, you're, not being followed. You just kind of, making your way around through town.
Okay. So I'm gonna head on in. I'm gonna flash whatever necessary credentials I need to speak to somebody higher up.
Okay.
Not
So-
just the guy who's normally manning the shop or something. Somebody who can make decisions and understand the gravity of my situation.
You come in, and you're actually greeted by a couple of guards. They look at your credentials and say,
Everything all right?
everything's just fine. What exactly is your business?
I'm sure if you pass my name along, there won't be any issues. I just need to speak with somebody. Look, just pass it along. Tell him Legs is here.
Okay. Sure. And he hands you back your information. Walks out. And eventually, you see a woman. She comes down. She's very finely dressed.
Now, do I recognize her? Is she? Would this be
You may-
Lady Grey potentially? Like,
It's not. Laurel Silverhand. It's definitely not who you met, but it's. You've only heard she's actually wearing a very fine outfit. It's mix of. It's not like robes or anything like that. It's more like a leather tunic. These, long black boots. She's got a book attached to her side, and she's carrying a very long black staff.
is there a gem or something in it? This obviously looks like it's definitely an arcane focus. Would be my thought based on the way you're describing it.
I will give you the link right here.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see the book in hand too. I'm guessing.
Yep. Right now she's not actually holding it. It's more of attached onto her side.
To like a set, like in a clasp on the side.
Ah, Master Gavin. It's wonderful to finally meet you. I don't believe we have actually been directly acquainted. I'm Vajra Sapphire.
I'm sure we are.
I'm the Blackstaff, the current Blackstaff. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Vajra Sapphire? Is that... Did I get it right?
Vajra Sapphire.
Vajra Look, I'm not the best at names. Vajra, right? Did I get it there? Okay. I'll try not to butcher the last name. I won't say it.
Very well. Just Vajra's fine. What can I do for you today?
Vajra.
And I start kind of walking away from the guards. I don't want to stand and talk in front of the guards. So as long as she's kind of willing to walk with me, we'll walk to someplace a little bit more quiet.
Sure.
Look, I've got some pretty important business, and I'm finding myself traveling to other places, and I need safety net. I need a way to get home quickly if we're in trouble. I know there's things that can transport one between planes or even, maybe gate somebody. I found a rare scroll on one of our recent adventures, and I was hoping I could find somebody willing to trade for something of that power.
Let me take a look.
If need be, I can supply gems, money, or even possibly promise services later.
You've already handed her the scroll?
Yeah, and I'm passing over the Crown of Stars scroll.
Okay, so she opens it up and says, My. This is no ordinary level spell. I'm not sure how you came across it, but this is, quite
to be
powerful.
honest, I was gonna keep it for myself, but this guy my brother likes is kind of in trouble. And I know how he's gonna be if he can't get him back.
It's quite a noble cause. Let me see what we can find. And I can... Let's take a look. So she goes and you see her kind of go back upstairs. I'll be back in just a minute. I need to look into some supplies. So she goes upstairs. And you're kind of sitting there waiting, and she's gone for quite a while. She comes back down. And she carries herself. She's got an amulet in hand and another scroll in her hand.
Oh, you had something.
Yes, this amulet. Basically, it's going to allow you to shift planes. Now, you just be warned, it has a little bit of randomness to it. You might be okay, but there's always the chance you could end up not right where you wanted to go.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm thinking I'm gonna need it when I do, I'm not gonna care where I end up, and if I do, hopefully I can work out of that.
And normally I wouldn't. I'm gonna give you something else. And she hands you another spell scroll.
What's this?
This won't be any good for you right now. And you open it up, and it's a scroll of plane shift. This is just
Well,
a little
that's
extra insurance.
Alright. Tell you what, I don't like not paying for anything or owing favors. And I know it's not much, but I've carried this for a while.
And then he kind of brings his hand up, like stopping her as she tries to stop him, sensing that she's gonna tell him no. And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls forth a green dragon scale that he's carried since the alley, the blue alley.
You might find you need it at some point.
You know what? I will consider that an even trade. Also because of equally of what you and your friends did for the city, I think is the least we could offer. Especially since this is the first time we have met since all of that happened.
Roger, you've been super helpful. But I'm sorry, I've gotta go. I kinda just walked out of the room and didn't even tell him I was leaving.
I hope your journey is a safe one. And you're able to accomplish whatever you set out to do.
If I get back to the city and you need help with something, I don't mind taking care of it. I'll come back by and check with you.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you again.
Garvin puts the necklace on, tucking it beneath his robes and the armor and everything else, and stuffs the spell scroll into a tube in his backpack.
Okay. So, just remember that necklace you will have to attune to. It is an attunable item.
Yep, and he's doing so now. He's wearing it in attention to do so.
Okay. So eventually, you guys have done your shopping, done your transactions, and you make it back to the inn.
Wait, we go home?
What took you guys so long? Where were you?
Oh,
Remember-
Shopping.
Garvin took off before she finished saying where you guys were going to meet.
He'd be back at the end, sorry.
Oh, wait, you come back at the end of the conversation.
Yeah, he's back later, like after you guys have gone shopping, right? Like you went shopping, I come back to the house, waiting, nobody's there. I'm guessing you come looking for him. And that would be the place you would look? Is that what Draconic's suggesting?
Yes.
Am I following the same? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we went shopping. Here's a diamond. And some potions.
Oh, alright. Okay. What are these?
And I look and I just hold up the potions. Are they common?
Yeah, they are just regular, common 2 potions of healing.
Healing potions.
Insurance policy, so that if anything happens to any one of us there.
If I go down,
Oh, by the way,
you
I
can heal
don't know
you.
if you guys know how bag of holding works. You got to know what you're getting. My potions and my diamond are in there, so just reach in, think diamond, and there you go. All right? You probably do. I don't know. I'm nervous for some fucking reason.
Don't be
Wow.
nervous, Murray. It'll be all right.
Dude, you could live your entire life and never see a fucking dragon, let alone 3 of them. Well, 4 technically. Ooh, too soon.
Just a little.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I give Adrian a hug. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you for not crushing my ribs. Garth, we'll catch you up on the way. We have to go to Olbrinter Villa. Like, now.
All right.
Support.
I'm glad I went shopping then. I really needed some ointment. My arm was starting to itch.
Can I roll insight on that?
He's lying.
He is. It's a 16
yeah, I
on my
would-
deception, by the way. I rolled good.
That was a really good roll.
Hold on.
I mean, I have a +1, so I had a 15 on the die.
I matched it.
I'm gonna pull a mushroom off. Give it to Garvin. Here you go. If your arm gets itchy and I wink at you, just give that a rub. And then I'll walk
All
away.
right.
Awkwardly
As
taking it from Murray.
with matching it, you can't discern it. You just there's something. It seems wrong, but it seemed genuine enough that you're just kind of not sure if he was really BSing you
Like,
or
he
not.
seems a little shifty, but like the normal, I don't feel like telling my older brother what I was up to kind of shifty, and not like, this is troublesome. Okay, alright, let's go then. Oh, do you like
Hey.
the new clothes? I
Coco
might
just
die.
assumed-
less.
Where'd you get that?
Coco's just assumed that Garvin was lying.
A shop, I think. Today's been a blur, trust me. And then I catch him up on all the information that we found out, like, oh yeah, hey, Nob's a dragon.
So he walked out right after he heard that, by the way. That was the
Oh,
moment.
okay.
As soon as it was mentioned that Rainbow Dragon from the Fae, that's when Garvin just walked right out the door.
Yeah, so the hoppers are gonna get us there, and then we're gonna
Wait,
do
so
what we do.
don't need to use the open lord.
Need? No, but we could, so that we don't turn away a favor.
I mean,
But this one's closer.
let's go with that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we catch him up and we walk.
Okay, so you guys walk. You have to go north out of Trollskull. There's no southern entrance, but you walk around, pretty much on the opposite side of the buildings, of the southern part of the alley, and across the street. You're literally across the street from. There's a big villa, and it's listed in big old letters right outside of it.
Well, shit, we could have just come out the back door.
It's not by yours.
Okay,
There's other
um,
houses along the southern part. You guys are kind of more in the north of
Where'd
Trollskull.
you hear about
Back
this?
block. Scarlet.
Why's she been holding out?
Why do we hold out on anyone? Who fucking knows?
He shakes his head.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like, is the door like? I'm assuming this is like a house, right? Like
It's a villa.
fucking.
There's a
Yeah.
gate. So it's a gated system to be able to go into the main area. So you see, it's a two-story building. It's really well upkept. I mean, you're in the North Ward. There's nothing really downtrodden for the most part. And lovely gardens right out in front in the yard, and it leads up to this pretty elegant front door.
Cool. The door is the only thing I'm looking at.
Okay.
Like, I don't even stop.
Okay, so you knock on the door. And a woman opens the door. Can I help you?
Adrian Morningstar and company. We've been sent by Scarlet.
Oh, yes. I've been expecting you. Please, come this way. Quickly. And as she does, she flips open a lapel and you can see the symbol, on her shirt.
We didn't catch any of that, Murray. Yeah, I guess we also show our badges.
She leads you down, into a basement area. It's clean. It's full stone floor, and on the floor you see etched in, not just written in runes. These are literally etched in the floor runes, that you believe in the shape of a large circle.
It's like, is that real silver? Oh, it's shiny.
Yeah, I've never done it, but this is how this works, kids. Stand in the middle.
I mean, this is great. How
Yep.
long you been working on this?
Probably a
I
year.
it's well, it took a year to complete, but we've had this in place. I didn't make it, but it's been in my family for quite a while. This is one of the normal harbor locations.
That we are just learning about today. Thank you for the information. Do you know how to kick it off?
Oh yes, and
Of
you see,
course.
yeah, you see her.
Are the best.
You see her gesture and things. The lights on the runes all brighten up, and
Whoever's next to me and squeeze them tight like a teddy bear. Oh my god, I've never done this so
Murray,
much.
that hurts.
Oh, sorry. I'll loosen my grip a bit. Hold me.
Thanks for the
You
lift.
see-
See ya.
yeah, you see a portal open up. And says, anytime you need to stop back, just ask for Remy. That's
Remy?
me. Yeah, Romalia Heaventree. I'm the lady of the house.
Romalia Heaventree. Garvin's making a mental note of that name.
Adrian's
The
making a
gatekeeper.
physical note when we get to where we're going.
Oh, I wonder what a heaven tree looks like, and I walk through the portal. Oh,
Haventree.
jeez.
Haventree.
Oh, crap. Murray realizes halfway through while he's getting tossed through the dimensions to wherever we gotta go.
Okay. So as you guys come through, eventually you find yourself in. It's a small, kind of semi-cramped basement.
What's that smell?
It
Basement.
smells musty. The floor again is stone, and on it you can see sigils and arcane writing starting to fade as the magic from the portal starts to fade, and then they actually disappear. Looks like this was a pretty temporary circle. As the light from the spell fades, you kind of get your bearings around the room, and the room's, again, it's not very large. It's probably 20 feet by 20 feet. Sitting in a chair at the other end of the room, you see a small man, wearing a set of robes, kind of just sitting at the edge of the circle.
Hello,
oh,
Adrian Morningstar and Company.
oh,
Scarlet
you,
sent us through Remy, and I just flash him the pin. Where are we going?
oh, you've arrived.
Wait, is this the Remy? I think I've heard of this guy. Is this the one you were talking about, Murray?
No, that was Remy who sent you here.
She was.
Never mind,
Gate-
different Remy.
My
That's
name
the
is
gatekeeper. This is the keymaster.
My name
Bad
is
reference.
Jasindar.
Good reference, I lied. Jessender?
Jasindar.
Yeah, sorry. I'm having one of those days. Maybe you didn't get enough rest.
And hold on, I gotta get you Romalia Haventree's name. You guys, I hope your travel was well. You guys are currently in the basement of the stag-horned flagon. It's a small tavern in the center of Emphale.
That's fine. We live in a tavern. We're used to it.
It's with, and I point to me, this walking out of your front door. Will I
well,
be noticed?
First, there's no front door. The door is, and he points up to a small set of stairs, and you see it leads to a set of double doors that kind of fling open, at an angle. So it's one of those basement doors. This will take you out into the back courtyard. At this time of day, you don't have to worry. There's not that much travel. This is a small town. Fair warning, when you walk outside, you'll get used to the smell. This is a horse breeding town after all.
Hey,
Oh,
Mitch, I've been
man.
here.
Garvin, we grew up on a farm. Shut up.
It's also the middle of summer, so you guys would know that the smell's gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah. Like, this is gonna be bad.
You guys thought I smelled like shit.
I have rooms ready for you at the Stone Stallion if you need them. I'd recommend just stopping in there and checking in. And I believe you're going to want to stop in at the Deepbinder Mining Company. It's just north of town. Just ask for Agatha.
Agatha. Well, Jasindar, thank you for your help. We're off. And I'm just gone.
Bye.
Well, take care. I need to return to Waterdeep, so, please, be careful.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of stay back and wait for everybody to kind of get like 10 feet away. Hey, by the way, I don't remember if I've been here, but is there a horse here named Whoopsie Doodle's Cradle? Does that ring a bell?
I haven't been here that long. I just was the event scout who set up the circle for you. So, I don't know. Perhaps you can ask around town.
Okay. Yeah, no, I want to avoid that. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Sorry, never mind. Okay, bye. And I'll follow everybody.
Okay. So, you guys head up the steps, you swing the door open, and you're in this small courtyard. It looks like you're in the back side of a number of different buildings. But everything's small. It's very quaint. But as soon as you step out, you just smell this strong odor of basically warm horse manure.
Oh,
Yep.
smell that? I love the smell of horse shit in the morning.
I'm casting Minor Illusion with the smell of lovely wild lavender and choosing to fail my own save as I walk along as it's occurring right underneath my nose.
Lavender shit.
When he starts
Nice.
doing the somatic components, he learned to do this when he was 8, just so he wouldn't have to deal with this.
It's a great smell, man. It's smell that you can smell the horse hair and the poop, obviously, but the horses, you can really tell the quality of a horse by the smell and the teeth. But it's great.
So you guys kind of come around. You see there's a pathway to your right that kind of goes around the building and out into the main village square.
So we need to go north of town and find Agatha. Do we need to make any stops on the way?
No, we need to go.
It's still morning, right? Or still early-ish in the day, right?
Yep.
Good.
Go now.
Well, we need to
Let's
check
go.
with the inn.
Later. Yeah? Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, what if the person's like, okay, hey, how's she going there, bud? Go, get out! And they were like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know if we're gonna be staying. He set up rooms for us just in case. That means that they're already there in our names, and we just have to go and claim them. I hope. And if not, that's why I'm here. People person.
Okay.
Even in the mood I'm in.
So, you guys come out of the front of the building. You see a number of small businesses. Almost everything has like horse hitching posts on it. And in fact, half the buildings have horses hitched to those posts out in front. All different types of breeds. But you see a number of different shops. You see tack shops. You see grain shops. You see, a general store. This is a small village.
kind of like home. Less sea smells.
You
and
see across
not
the
a giant
street.
fucking tower over there.
You see across the street. You see a multi-story house. Most of the houses are one, maybe two. This one's three. It's a building. And outside you see a hanging sign from it, sitting on a wooden perch. And it looks like it's a rearing up stone stallion.
I think this is the place.
Walking through town, I'm gonna use my disguise self to disguise myself as a 5'6" human lumberjack.
Q multiplies.
Yep.
Hmm.
But I'm okay.
Okay then. And I'm just gonna walk up and knock on this door.
As you do, the door kind of swings open as it's not really locked. You see a man sitting behind a counter.
Oh, sorry.
Greetings. Welcome to the Stone Stallion. What can I do for you?
Oh, this is the Stone Stallion. Yeah, I probably should have pieced that together. Yeah, we have rooms booked for us. We are effectively checking in and making sure that that's squared away, and then piecing out.
And he kind of sees 1, 2, 3.
Adrian Morningstar.
Was this from
blah, blah,
Jassender?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes. We have 2 rooms available for you and checked in. Here are your keys. They've already been paid for. Seems you have
Wonderful.
quite the gracious host for that.
Oh yeah, I mean we're great. I did
Did
so
they make
much
sure they tipped
lumberjacking.
you?
They paid us well enough. Is there anything I can help you with while you're here?
Can you direct us to... What was the name of the mining company again, Garvin?
I mean, is there a mining company around? Sorry, I don't remember the name either.
Why did I ask Garvin?
Yes, the Deep Binder Mining Company. It's just north of
I
town.
don't remember.
That's the one.
Yeah, Agatha Deepbinder. She's been running that since her husband died.
Thank you so much for your help. That's who we're here to see. So, we will most likely be back later. If not... Nice to meet you. See ya!
Fair tidings to you as well.
Bye bye.
I like your shirt.
If you need anything in town, just ask for Gregor. Gregor Thomason's my name.
Gregor, lovely.
Nice to meet
Sorry,
you.
not enough time for pleasantries. My bad. See ya.
So you guys head back out.
Pleasantries.
He's a
So
little
we stumped
confused
you
as you
with
guys
one
kind of just
NPC
went
name.
in and out. Huh?
We got you with like one NPC name you had to come up with on the spot, and so now you named a whole town. Is that what I'm getting?
You don't have to put your hand on that stove twice to figure out it's hot. Hey, what's your name?
That's
Abba?
That's called negative reinforcement.
It's alright. So you guys head out of town.
Whoops.
So you guys make
Wait,
your way
why
north.
do you get rooms and then leave? I'm
This-
trying to
this
catch
is
up
the
with
first-
everything. I mean, I know I didn't get the meeting with the Harpers and I was a little busy, but
This is the first building we encountered, and I am lost in thought. Also, what's your deal? Why are you weird?
I'm just distracted.
He definitely gets a little defensive to this, Adrian.
Huh. Okay, gonna table that, but you know I'm gonna leave. You know I'm not gonna leave you alone. So, I guess. Sorry, I'm in a rush.
Put his legs
I mean,
the
I
weird
get
one.
it, but
I'm insulted.
I mean, we were kind of rude to that guy, though. And
I
I
know,
know
I'll
that
make it up
it's
to him
usually
later.
your realm and not mine, but
I know.
that
I'm gonna
wasn't
make
a
it
good
up to him
first
later.
impression.
No, it wasn't. But we got new information, and we have a lot to do, and I have no idea how much it's going to entail, and that's not great. I just really, 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 really want to get this done, and maybe possibly save Nub's life.
I'm sure we're gonna save Nob's life. It'll be all right. Besides, he's a dragon. He should live. It's not like he's
Yeah,
just gonna, get whacked right away like he's a halfling or something.
Yeah, that's the other reason my fucking head's spinning. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, what's it like kissing scales?
I don't know yet.
You want to? I can turn into a lizard.
No.
Ew, Murray.
No,
Thanks,
Murray.
though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I went a little too far. Whoa.
I mean,
I
it's different.
appreciate the interest,
But
big
you
guy,
kissing
but no
Adrin,
thanks.
it's weird.
Yeah,
I had to get my weird crown back.
You've never lost it. I was asking him why he... You know what? Fuck it.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay.
So off to the mine to meet Agatha.
Yeah.
Yes.
I assume we did all of this bickering and bantering as usual while
As we're
walking.
walking, yeah.
You know, we're just wandering through town acting like a fucking bunch of idiots.
You are getting
I
some
figured
looks from
I
folks
figured there
as you
was
kind of back and
quiet
forth.
places. Like, was there some quiet spots on the walk? That's where I figured we were, possibly.
There's a
if
little
not,
bit
then
more-
I'm doing this in public.
Yeah, there's a little bit more hustle and bustle in town. This is a somewhat busy town because this is where mass horse breeding is done.
Right. I do know
So,
that
I think-
about Amphale.
I think
If
this
we
is where
wanted to
our
get
focus came
if we wanted to get a permanent stable for like the tavern or whatever, this is where you get all the kit. Dude, they got some really nice saddles in there that I wouldn't mind wearing. I mean, what?
I do not have the headspace for this conversation, Murray.
No, I'm just saying, if you wanted to ride me and you don't want to do it bareback, you get a saddle here. They make them really well. Okay, I get how this is weird now. I just clued in. Okay, hang
Look,
on.
man, it's not it doesn't sound like what it is. And I'm looking at some commoner that's eyeballing the two of you as they walk past, trying to
I'm
sell
gonna
them that it's
drop
not
my
bad.
disguise self so the furball me is back. Sorry, I'm a druid. I turn into things. Hello, Murray. How you doing?
As a couple of
I'm
people
just gonna
kind of
look
like, and just quickly kind of scurry along.
Like, the next person that, like, stops and stares at us, like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be like, yes, this is Murray. He's a druid. Move on with your day.
I turn
They
into a
don't
chicken.
really stop. I mean, this is the Sword Coast, so they do see things, but they kind of give you these side eyes as they're kind of walking along.
Yeah, well, Murray's a chicken now, so they can deal with that.
Oh, you're a chicken?
Who's
Yeah, I'm a chicken.
carrying-
Coco scoops you up under her.
Honestly, I don't think that was something I ever thought I'd see.
Put the pin in him.
He's got it.
Fuck.
I gave it back to him. Remember, I gave it to him
Yeah.
with the rope. It's his now.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
you guys are continuing on through town. You see a number of other
Yeah.
buildings. Again, the main road, which is right along the long road, is really shops. I mean, this is the main Dragon Town. You see houses are kind of surrounding the outer outskirts of the town itself, but for the most part, this is meant for your usual small town where you're driving by the highway. They've got all the little strip malls. It's kind of the same idea. There's these small shops along the way. Eventually, you guys start coming. The buildings start to disperse a little bit more, and eventually, it's about a quarter mile out of town. You guys come across this small wooden cottage. Outside, there's a sign, and it just says DMC on the outside, and a hammer.
Oh my gods, finally. Should I knock? The last time it was just open.
Well,
Well, they are company, so maybe we can just go in.
I'm gonna knock as I open the door then, yeah? Yeah, let's do that. Hello?
Come in.
Hello?
Door's open.
Yeah,
So
we came
you guys,
from Waterdeep, it's a little weird.
you come inside. There's a older dwarf woman, bright red hair, sitting behind a sturdy desk along the wall. Can I help you?
Are you by any chance Agatha?
Yes, I'm Agatha Deepbinder.
Wonderful. We've been sent here to see you, about, well, a lot of things. It may be best if we have a sit down and chat. Have you been
Okay.
told that we were coming?
No, nobody's said anything about
Okay, so
visitors.
sit down, chat then. Yeah.
Well, what can I do for you?
Coco sits and puts Murray on her lap.
And what's with
So-
the chicken?
That's Murray.
Murray.
Don't worry about him.
It's a druid friend of ours. He's got a thing for animal forms.
Okay. Sure.
You don't get many adventurers in this town, do you?
I certainly don't. The town itself has people stopping by all the time. I mean, it's a stop along the long road, so of course people supply runs and
Fair
such.
enough.
And the Sword Mountains are right there as well, if people are venturing around through there.
Funny you should mention the Sword Mountains. We have been sent to find something that you may or may not know something about. Have you ever heard of a Face Stone?
Not that I've ever heard of.
Well, that's unfortunate. Shit. Well, do you have any old family journals or anthologies we can look through? So the last time that the Face Stone was found, it was found in these mountains by an ancestor of yours. We need it to effectively save the fucking world. Again.
What ancestor?
In my haste, I've forgotten to write that down.
I mean, is it? This is all. Deepbinder's my married name. My husband Bolden. He passed away 3 years ago. He's of the actual Deepbinder line. So is it?
Yep.
Is it mine or is it his line that you're specifically looking?
Well, specifically, the Deepbinder lineage, which is not to say that you're not important. I've been rude a few times today, and I'm very much trying to avoid it.
Alright, look, miss. I'm just gonna come clean. My brother here kind of really likes this guy, and somebody took him. And he wants to get him back, and it's about love, alright? And so he's not really thinking straight.
Well, I mean, never mind.
So you're trying to find something about the Deepbinder line. The last time anybody did anything, you said that specifically something was found in the Sword Mountains.
As far as we are aware.
The last time we did any type of excavation in the Sword Mountains, that was a long time ago. That was well before I was even married to Bolden.
Do you have any mining journals?
I do not, but I may. Well, at least not here. I mean, this isn't exactly my home. This is my business. The last time anybody did anything in the Sword Mountains.
Do you have any?
That has to have been Hargan. That was Bolden's great grandfather.
Yeah. That's the name.
That was so long ago.
1 second, love. I'm gonna write that down finally. Hagen. Okay,
All the
go on.
gems.
Um, does she have a wedding ring on her hand?
Yes.
Does the stone look magical?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, Garvin's wondering if this might be something passed from father to son for such a purpose. It's only a 12 though.
It doesn't give off magic, but it does seem like it's very high quality. Do you think maybe,
Okay.
if anything, it's at least potentially adamantine?
I think Garvin's kind of getting to the point where he thinks she doesn't know that she has the stone, but she has it. So that's why he's kind of like looking at her hand towards the ring or other things that might have been important, something left behind from her husband that might have been passed down from grandfather to father to son.
Are you gonna just straight up ask her, or are you just gonna try and discern?
No,
'Cause
he's not asking. He's just kind of looking right now around. So the first thing he looked at was, of course, her wedding ring. That was my initial mental thought.
The other thing you notice, it does look old, but as far as anything around the room, the building itself looks older.
If it looks that old, okay, the building looks older. Okay, so he looks at the ring and he almost says something. He's like, ah, and then stops himself when the building looks older and doesn't.
Do you have any logs from the business in terms of things that you have uncovered? Do you have any family heirlooms? Do you have anything that Hagen, may have left behind or
Let me...
squirreled away?
is there something that was given from, like, Hagen to his son to your husband?
I mean, again, my wedding ring's been passed down from the years, but aside from that, I don't know of anything that he truly inherited.
So this might be rude, but can
And
we have a look at that? On. You don't need to take it off.
She holds out her hand,
that's all.
and it's a rather smooth, but worn down. So it looks like it's worn over the years, which is odd because adamantine's pretty durable, but looks like it's been in the family for a long time.
Do you want an investigation or Arcana?
I mean, you can give an investigation. Arcana's not going to tell you much of anything.
Okay.
Murray Chicken jumps off of Coco's lap, re-Murray's. Oh, hey, I'm Murray. How are you? Boy, low ceilings. And I'm going to use my Furbolg magic to cast Detect Magic to see if he pings anything in the room.
Nothing pings.
Other than us.
There's nothing magic in here.
I got 24.
Okay, yeah, again, you think this is probably an heirloom ring that's been passed down down the lines. But it doesn't, doesn't seem magical or anything like that of any sort.
Although this doesn't seem to be what we are looking for, it is quite lovely.
Oh, thank you. If you give me a minute, perhaps I can check in some of the archives in the back. They haven't been touched in a while, so I'm not sure what I'll be able to find. I mean, records only go back so far, and we're talking hundreds of years.
Do you need a hand? You are one person, and it sounds like there's a lot.
I mean, I like looking at
Very,
records
very
and
good
things.
logs. Yeah, he's...
Let me bring up the information from Hargan and then from his son, and we'll see if we can find anything that you might be looking for. What? Maybe we can narrow it down of what you're looking for specifically. What information are you trying to find?
We need to find the phase stone.
Did they tell us where they found it in the mountains?
I look over to Adrin.
Nothing at all? I mean,
Deep.
alright. Has there been any reports of, like, maybe hags or nymph or even like dryads or other like forest beings or other things that cause trouble for the miners?
Nothing
Maybe
that I
angry
know
rock
of.
creatures that didn't like them digging?
I mean, it's been pretty usual out here. I mean, we don't... Nothing threatening of any kind of, the usual outside of town bandits attacks every once in a while, but for the most part, it's quiet. I mean, this is a horse breeding village. There's not that much activity.
Adrian.
But I wonder...
Adrian.
Well,
Find another?
presumably,
I
There
don't think
would
there
be-
is, Coco. There's probably more than one.
Find another.
yeah, but this is the only one that we've known to have existed, so if we can find any information that either may tell us where this one is or what to look for, then we have a place to start from. But it's a good thought, Coco.
So let me bring some books back. You can look through them as you please to see if you can find any information on it yourself. But again,
That would be absolutely fantastic.
outside of me, the Deep Binder line is gone. So eventually,
Do you mind if I do something with your ring? I mean, I can give you some money or something to hold on to. I just want to cast a spell on it.
as long as it doesn't hurt, it's the last thing I have for my husband.
I promise I never would.
You need
And
to take it
Garvin's
off.
just gonna sit and do a ritual, and he's gonna do identify on it.
Okay. So, you do find it is an adamantine ring, and it is old.
Okay.
It's hundreds of years old. It looks like it's been within that family for a very long time.
Sorry, just wanted to be sure it wasn't what we were looking for.
And I hand it back to her.
I understand. So, if you excuse me, I'll be right back. She goes back into the back. You hear some shuffling and some, clunks and things of books moving and desks being moved and stuff like that. And eventually she comes back out, maybe about 10 minutes later, and she's got a stack of books about that high. This may help. There's some old ledgers, and there's no real journals.
At this point, anything will help. Thank you.
If you want, in the long run, you also... If it's really along the Deep Binder line, we've had our house as long as we've had the business, so perhaps there may be something there as well, but, we'll see what we can find. And you guys spend quite a while going through... Go ahead.
Now, before she leaves,
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else we can do for you? You've done a lot for us. I mean,
Yes,
we're kind of
you've been very
imposing.
helpful with basically no explanation that makes any fucking sense. What do you need, if anything?
I honestly, I don't know do need anything. I mean, I run the mining business. It's not, glamorous or anything like that, but it keeps the money going. And
I mean, do you have enough contracts and stuff? Enough things to make sure you're doing good?
we've been solidly going well enough. We've never branched out any further than out here, but I manage, and my employees manage.
I mean, we have a lot of contacts in Waterdeep. Could always try and help you set up some trade or something.
I will never turn down work, but if the time comes to it, we can certainly speak about that.
Also, if you ever find yourself in Waterdeep, in the North Ward, there is a bar called the Ghostly Leaf. We own it. You may consider yourself our guest anytime you're in the city. Whatever you want. Don't be creeped out by the bartender. He is a ghost.
Okay, I appreciate the offer, and I will keep that in mind. But here, as you please look through anything you need.
Thank you so much.
So go ahead and give me an investigation check as you guys are kind of reading through.
Do we?
All of
Wait,
us?
who's
All of
who's
us
doing it?
Garvin's gonna
Whoever's
try something
doing it.
that makes no.
Okay,
Are they papers or are they books?
they're
Like a
books.
stack of papers.
They're like stacks of books, like ledgers.
Okay, so one by one, he's just gonna pick up a book and drop it so that it flops open.
Okay.
And he's just trying out to sell deal.
Look, I don't think Adrian has time for us to waste looking through books. And normally I'd try to make sense of all this, but maybe you can point me in the right direction.
And he's just picking up book after book, dropping it on the ground, seeing if by some random chaotic chance we get the page we need.
God of Chaos.
Give me
Well,
a percentile.
Chaotic God.
Oh god, I'll use these dice. Better not screw me dice.
God, hopefully we don't have to dig up what's his face and he got buried with it or something. That would suck.
That would be.
The lucky number 13.
That would be rude.
That's exactly why.
So you drop
I
the
would
first
really
book
hope.
down, and it opens up to just transactions logs. You drop the second book down, and it looks like, again, more transactions, more shipping logs. You're not seeming to find what you're looking for from the first couple books. You just kind of dropped it open.
I think he just keeps going.
Okay.
Garvin's a little
I'm
out
just
of it
gonna
today.
grab-
Some of the others are starting to notice.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
ones you
gonna
just
grab
keep
this
dropping just keep
stack.
having that kind of.
Coco picks the smallest, the slimmest one, and pulls it open and starts very carefully reading. She's only learned how to read for like a year, so she's going very slowly with her, sort of biting her tongue and trying to figure out
Go
what
ahead.
she's reading.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
It's learning.
She is good at investigating, at least. But yes, she's doing the 7-year-old who just learned to read look.
As you're reading, you just keep hearing thump, flap, thump, flap.
Investigation. Oh, I just increased that because of expertise. Fucking A. 23.
So-
Okay. So, Coco, as you're reading through, you see mention of a mine. You're kind of glancing through, and you see mine. You see Sword Mountain, and you find also mentions of a construction.
Construction? Okay.
Like, you've seen purchase materials specifically for stone and pillars and doorways and things like that.
Okay. What's Adrian, have you started reading other books, or are you just watching your
6.
brother toss books around?
Okay, so
No, I have 6 of them open in front of me, and I read a page, I flip it, and I read the next page,
Go
I
ahead.
flip it, and I read the next page.
go ahead and give me an investigation check as well.
I just noticed
Ah, that
there's
was
a
so
mounted
close to
moose
that
head
one.
on your background, Draconic. I literally just noticed right behind your right ear.
19.
Yeah, that is my right ear.
Oh, yeah, left ear. Yeah, right ear. Yeah.
What was that? What number?
19.
19?
19.
Okay, and again, you're finding more information. You find information about. There's one word that stands out to you, and you see it says vault. The next book you find, you read information about a collapse, total loss. So seemingly something was built within the mines. Potentially a vault of some sort. And that
Hey,
the
Garvin,
mines had collapsed of some way.
At one point, as
Hey.
you're flipping through pages, the other book gets shoved right under your nose. Look.
Oh, hey.
What? What do you
Yeah,
want?
I'm finding that too. Garvin, when you're done pretending to be Dad, can you come here? I need your eyes on this.
Why is he always able to get this to work and we can't?
Fucked if I know. I just have something. I don't know if it's the thing.
So I stop dropping books and I walk over to Adrin at this point.
Okay.
So, Coco and I have found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 mentions of a vault that was built inside of a mine and something about a collapse. Do you want to look over this for some more details that I'm too fucked to find?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
You're the best.
Now, is it written in like an old language, like older common?
Yeah, that's why it's a little bit hard, and that's why you're finding out sparses
Okay.
of information, because it's written. This is
Garvin's
hundreds of years old.
Garvin's gonna do a ritual and he's gonna cast comprehend languages on himself.
Okay.
And then he's gonna read the books.
Okay. So, more specifically, you're seeing purchase logs, and like the first set of stuff is you're finding purchases of all sorts of supplies, stoneworking supplies to be able to build walls and even out floors. A lot of it's all dwarven supplies. You're finding things for building doorways.
It looks like they were building a
portcullises.
vault inside a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
The other book, which was talking about the collapse, you see notes of a mentioning that the mines that they were working on had completely collapsed in, and all the work that was done was considered a total loss.
So they built the vault, they started storing things, but the mine tunnels leading back to it collapsed.
Yes,
Is that?
that's what you're getting from it. Yep. And you notice the recurring themes there. These were all in Hargan Deepbinder, so it's all the same handwriting, but it's all during his tenure as head of the mining company.
I mean, it looks like he hired dwarves to put something away inside of a mountain, build him a vault, and then stuff collapsed on the way in. Nobody's ever gone back since. If there was something that she didn't know existed, that'd be the place.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was saying, but I just
And it's
need to-
all in the same handwriting. Probably this Hagen guy, if I'm guessing.
That would put it at the right timetable. I'm just gonna pick up whichever one looks like it has the most information, and I'm gonna go ask Agatha. Agatha, do you know anything about this? There was a vault built a long, long time ago, and it seems to be inaccessible from these logs, but do you maybe know where it would be? What mountain to yeah,
I
you know? I just...
didn't know anything specifically about vaults, but as far as the a mine collapse, yes, the stories are that there was a great mine collapse just to the west. It actually ended up killing 4 members of the miner company, as they never made it out.
That's unfortunate.
It nearly bankrupted the company. But aside from that, I've never heard of there being a vault of any kind there.
So,
Do you have a list of
Can
the
I
miners who died? The names?
also, yes.
I'd have to do some digging. I might be able to get that for you tomorrow.
I mean, we'll probably be leaving in the morning, right?
If we find them, we can put them to rest.
if
I think
we
it'd be
have
good to know their
wait.
names for any sort of, well, if we encounter them in other forms. Might help Sahiri.
Names are important.
If I can find anything, I'll let you know.
Thank
I-
you.
Can I impose on you one more time?
I can do my best.
The only other thing that I would need, or we would need, is to know where that collapse happened. Can you show us? Tomorrow, if, you know.
Again, I've never been there. I'd have to look up more of deeper through the logs to be able to find out where that exactly that was.
I mean, if you were able to, it's technically recovering your stolen goods if we go in. There's a couple things we'll need. Sure, the rest could go back to your mining company.
I mean, I'm all for that. I would be more than willing to get you the information. I just said I just don't have easy access to it right now.
Oh no, that's fine. I didn't think this was going to be a quick trip. So we're going to go clean up the mess we made, and then we will leave you to it.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for your help again.
There's a lot going on with this, but a lot more seemingly going on with my family than originally.
Yep. Welcome to my life.
Tuesday, you know.
What was that?
For us, this is just like a Tuesday.
Huh.
You know? Yeah.
Is it Tuesday again?
I thought it was Saturday.
I
Keep
Yesterday
track.
was
I just.
Tuesday, but today is Tuesday too.
I'm day to day. Man.
I think we need some sleep. So we're gonna go clean up those books and then do that.
Okay, so you guys clean up the books.
Now, once we clean up the books and we head out of here, what time of day are we looking at by the time we're getting back into Amphale?
So you guys got there a little before noon. Pouring over the books took a few hours, so you're probably looking at mid to late afternoon at this point.
So getting close to dinner time.
Yeah, so it probably would be best to check in.
Go for some noms, guys. How about you?
What?
I could eat.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Also, hey, what are the odds that the collapse is a cover-up where they actually dug and then they found something, but in order to so that nobody would try to take their shit, they collapsed the mine. So like, oh no, we're almost bankrupt. Oh, we're going under, but we're really not. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, like 80%.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're all on the same page. Awesome. Because I was like, that's a little too convenient, you know.
I mean, the other 20% being that something from the Fae came over and fucked them over.
That too. Oh yeah. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna have to think really hard when I go to sleep to figure out what I can do to help us get through collapsed mines.
I can just catapult things.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, why go through it when you can go under it? Hey, nice! I met this guy. A guy, not really a guy. He's a badger, really big motherfucker. Anyway, his name was like Frank or Jim or however you translate that. So yeah, you know, I got you. It'll be slow, but we'll be able to do it. Just be able
Okay.
to fit through the hole. We'll find out. Or I could just walk through the stone. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fucking worthless with a cave in, but I mean, unless it's made of ice and then sure, but not so much.
Okay, so you guys are walking back into town.
I guess we go back to the inn.
Okay,
I
you guys
guess.
walk back in the inn, and you guys can see Gregor sitting there. And say, oh, welcome back! I see you
Gregor,
just
My
decided to stop back in.
apologies for being rude earlier and for interrupting you just now.
You seemed rather in a rush. I didn't want to push the issue too much, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, adventurers, you know.
Well, we see all
It's a
sorts of
lovely
kinds coming through
place.
here.
Yeah, I would assume.
I'm able to keep it up pretty well. I mean, again, this is a horse breeding town, so we have lots of people coming in and out on a regular basis. Plus adventurers making it from Waterdeep to wherever the heck they're going.
Yep. Wherever the heck we're going, huh, gang? Yeah, do you run the place alone? Do you have help?
I have my wife who helps in the kitchen and sometimes helps with the rooms when I'm not able to at that point, but it's not so bad.
Well, we're gonna do our best to tidy up after ourselves.
Oh, much appreciated.
For once.
Actually,
Well, I mean, meals are included as part of the room, so I mean, if you want, you can have a nice warm meal before you settle in for the evening.
That would be wonderful. What's on the menu tonight?
Well, again, it's a farming town, so steak. We have eggs. Just some farm fresh potatoes.
Oh. You've said the magic words, sir. Point
have
me
you
to
ever
the
tried taking
table.
an egg and putting it on a steak?
Yes.
Yes, it's steak and eggs.
I was just making sure, because some people look at me like that and like I'm crazy when I say that. Never mind. All right, cool. We're in a good place.
He at this point he just assumes that everything he does is weird.
Do you know what a toad in the hole is, too? That's his other favorite.
Oh, not a literal toad.
I would hope
Usually.
not. That sounds disgusting.
Well, I mean, if you get the right one, all it's just a lick, and then you lose a couple days, but it's fine.
I mean, if there's something specific you want, please let me know. I can make it if I'm able to, or my wife is able to.
Eggs with like a baked potato, maybe some chives.
Well,
You can grow chives, Murray.
I mean, we're offering steak and eggs and potatoes. Now, they're not baked potatoes. They're just chopped up potatoes.
I'll take whatever
Yeah.
your wife likes cooking. I trust that.
Ooh, the
You
chef's
said-
choice.
Yeah, no, we're good. Point us to the table, please.
Well, take a seat. I can bring out some beverages to start, and then the food will be right out.
Thank you so much.
And I leave a platinum coin on the counter before we walk away.
Thank
I
you.
was about to
Thank you, sir.
do
That's more than generous.
that's us.
Is there anything else I can get you?
We'll be alright. Just take your time. We're nobody special.
Not here anyway.
Just regular people sitting and meeting in a tavern for food.
Waving around platinum pieces.
No special job
That's
Definitely
Garvin's
not
way of-
conspicuous.
It's Garvin's way of trying to say we want to be unnoticed.
You take care of them, take care of your
Garvin
wait
is
staff,
super
and your wait
smooth, we
staff
all
takes
know it.
care of you.
Yeah, not so much.
He just doesn't expect. He expects people will always understand what he means and doesn't second guess it. That doesn't always work out very well for it.
And when it doesn't work out, that's why I'm around.
Okay, so he brings you out drinks. You guys are sitting around. Eventually, the food comes out. You see these perfectly done steaks with egg on top, potatoes on the side, and everything smells just perfect. You guys enjoy your meal. Everything goes very, very well. You guys turn in for the evening. Anything else you guys wanted to do before?
I think at dinner it suddenly dawns on Adrian that he hasn't eaten at all today. Despite having made sure that there was breakfast for everyone, he just kind of forgot about himself. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna be talking during dinner.
So, you guys finish dinner. You guys head up to your rooms for the evening. And we're going to, I think at this point, we're going to take a break, because it's about an hour and a half in. So, guys, just hang tight. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how things go, and we'll continue on. So, see you in a little bit.
Be good, everyone.
Sweet.
Oh man. And there's like a secret like Harper symbol in one of the chocolate chips or something.
All right, guys, we are back. Everybody has now eaten a lovely meal and has gone back to bed. So everybody gets a long rest. Make sure you guys tag that.
Yeah.
So you guys get a. Oh yeah.
Does that count as attunement?
Yeah. If you've been sitting there concentrating on it, then yeah, you would have. It's only an hour.
I mean, I've been wearing it all fucking day.
Then yeah, you have a tune.
I mean, I had 2, so I assumed I was. I had already marked mine as a tune once we ended up walking all the way to the miner's house.
As you guys get up in the morning, you guys get dressed and ready, and you head downstairs. As you do, you guys see Agatha sitting, waiting in the entryway of the inn, waiting for you.
Morning.
Good morning.
So, is it a good thing you're meeting us this early, or a bad thing?
I'm guessing both.
After you guys,
Little of both?
after you found the information you found yesterday, I felt I needed to do a little bit more digging at home.
Now, I look around. Is there other people here?
Just the
Or is it just us?
just the innkeeper. There's nobody else sitting in the
Okay.
like restaurant area or anything like that at all. It's you guys have gotten up pretty early.
All right.
All
I wanted to know.
I found a there was a secret compartment in one of the walls of our bedroom. I don't think even my husband knew of this. I just happened to have glanced at what I was searching through some books. I don't know, I just ran into it and it moved. But
Insight.
By chance? Like, just kind of happened?
it's nothing that I did or intended to do.
And I look at Adrian with that look.
Yeah, no, I already am checking. 25 insight?
She's telling the absolute truth. As far as she didn't know anything about this. She didn't know anything about a hidden compartment or anything like that. So
I'm just
as
gonna
far as you can
glance
tell,
back
she's
at
being
him.
genuine to you. It looks like an old journal. I think maybe you might find some good from it.
Sure. You can just hand that over to Garvin, and anyone who's
Thanks.
paying close enough attention sees me doing the somatic components for message, which I'm gonna do to Garvin privately.
Okay. So, as you kind of open it up, you see it looks like a journal.
Yeah, I go sit down. I don't stand
Okay.
and do it, right?
Yeah. You open it up and it's a journal. It's definitely belonged to Hargren Deepbinder. And you look through and you see mentions of the Harbinger mines that that his company had opened in 2 miles to the east. Further reading it in, you see they found something. They found a stone. And he keeps talking about, as he touched it, hearing voices in his head. Couldn't make out what they were at first. He just hear these sounds in his head as he touches it. Further on your reading, it's like talks about taking the mine and turning it into a vault. They through the treasures and other things that they found in the work of the mines, they purchase a lot of supplies to the point that it's running the coffers dry of from how much money that they've earned over time. They're just bleeding the company dry trying to build this thing.
Am I getting I'm starting to feel like he was driven mad by this stone. Is the impression I might be getting from the book?
Every once in a while, as you're flipping through, you see him mention the whispers again and how they're growing louder. Eventually, he has to touch it at least once every day, touch the stone, and then he starts understanding the what they're saying to him, wanting him to keep it safe, keeping it away from everybody else. And yes, you see more and more mentions of it over and over again throughout. Eventually, you see a message of him talking about destroying the mine.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the cave-in was
that
an intentional
ancient thing
thing.
is looking
Yep.
much
Garvin's
more like
starting to feel that. I was wondering that before, but now Garvin's definitely feeling more and more that the cave-in was intentional.
So, the mine access is definitely closed, and you can see definitely. But he mentions that he had built his hidden entrance, a way that only he could get in.
So I start, of course, looking through that, trying to see if there's details.
And eventually you see the only thing written in... He has a section where he's talking about opening the doors.
And is it maybe hard for me to read it all? Because if it is, I'll take time to do a ritual for 10 minutes and cast
again,
comprehend languages.
You're able to make it out. It is... Well, it's written in common, which is also strange because he is a dwarf.
Like old common.
But it's old common, so again, you're making out parts of it, but enough to understand the gist of what. I mean, if you want to comprehend languages,
Yeah,
you
so
can
that-
get it clear.
Garvin just kind of takes a break for a moment.
I think this has what we need. Let me take a moment to clear my head and read it better.
Yeah. Maybe do that upstairs, I think. If it's important enough, you know.
I mean, just... You know what, maybe we can do it here in a minute. I don't want to leave you waiting.
And I kind of look over
yeah,
to
no,
the
that-
woman who's still standing there.
Oh.
So you see
Yeah.
kind of a crude map, and you recognize just from the region that this is a slight branch of the Sword Mountains that's directly off to your west. And it kind of... The mountains itself in this section kind of curve from west to going north, and you see kind of the crook of that turn. There's a little X where he's got it marked. He specifically
Alright.
meant about keeping everything safe. He says the stone itself is guarded, well protected.
You mind if I hang on to this? I'll try to bring it back in perfect condition.
If it will help you, by all means.
I have a feeling we're gonna need it. I can give you some money for it, if need be.
I don't really have too much of a need for myself, so please. On the very last page, as you're kind of flipping through it, you see a number. It's 15423.
Garvin makes note of it. And he tucks the book into the journal into the pouch that he keeps around his belt, keeping it close.
Okay.
So, I take it that we have some direction.
Yeah, I think so. Look, let's we can talk about it on the way.
Yeah. Agatha, again, you've been wonderfully helpful. So much more helpful than some people we've encountered in the last. Well, I've lost track of time again, so whatever. We're gonna go get your stuff back, I guess. And then I'm gonna turn to is Gregor working right now, or is it his wife?
It's Gregor still.
And I'm gonna turn to Gregor and just be like, and remember.
Oh, sorry, before we go, did you happen to get those names?
I
Yes.
wasn't able to track down the names. I'm sorry. I just know there were
No
four
worries.
of them.
Digging.
It was in hopes for their sake more than ours.
Be rude, but were they all dwarves?
Yes. Most of our labor is dwarves. We were the one of
Is
few
there a
reasons they
particular
come out.
god you would like me to send them to, other than Kellenblor, who will greet them first?
Moradin.
I mean, Moradin's definitely the more globally encompassing of the dwarves, but I don't follow any ones particularly.
Figured I'd ask, because if I can direct them in a direction or bring their god's attention to them if they're not at rest, then it would be helpful.
Anything you could do for those souls, that would be, I'm sure, greatly appreciated by them.
We will, as always, do our best.
I wish you luck, and be careful.
Always do. Thank you. I catch that glance from Coco, and I'm like, just leave it.
Always.
Okay, while you guys are having this, Gregor brings out breakfast.
Ooh.
Eggs, bacon, some hash browns made from last night's potatoes, coffee,
My
and some fresh
compliments
orange
to your
juice.
wife on her cooking. This is about as good as we had at my mum's house. Our mum's house.
Oh, I'll be sure to pass on the compliments.
It is, it's good.
She took me in, and really, she was not your wife, their mom.
What?
We were literally at your place, dude.
Yeah, but you cast silence on yourself.
So, your mom's house, and your mom is a great lady because she tucked me in and she's a really good cook. I am confirming that she is a delightful lady and a wonderful cook. And I'm about to take a giant dump on this microphone because I'm mad at it right now.
That would certainly affect the Twitch ratings.
Oh no, I turned my camera off for that. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Anyway, you guys finished breakfast? So it's now still somewhat early morning.
So, Garvin,
I mean, we pretty much got to get on our way to the mountains.
yep. Well, I believe the turn of phrase is lead on, Macduff.
I mean, it's that road over there. I don't want to walk up front.
Oh. Lead from the back, then.
And I wait till we start getting out of town, you know, quieter spaces, places, especially with Ampel having occasional adventures and the like coming through. It's not a place to be discussing those things, at least not openly in.
Okay. So you guys, are you guys going to make any supply runs or anything before you head out, or are you just going to go?
Garvin's not thinking about that. I sure hope somebody else would.
We have supplies for
I-
fucking weeks.
Gonna say we kind of did that in Waterdeep less than 24
Yeah,
hours
we did
ago.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
if
We bought
anybody
adventuring
wants some
gear in
relics, I think
Waterdeep.
We're good.
Yeah, we
You
all
guys-
have like rations and stuff. We have a Murray.
And we have an never-ending supply of water now, don't we?
That
Or
too.
booze. Or
Got the
mayo.
alchemy,
Booze.
got
Just
the
got
alchemy
booze.
jug.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Right, you guys have a
that's true.
knockback.
I don't have to keep create, destroy what? Nah.
Hey, Murray, tell me that
Hmm?
that's not mayonnaise today.
Oh no, I haven't decided what it is today. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, please don't pick mayo.
No, I'm just hoping that the caves we're going to are limestone, because I can make vinegar and that can make our life a lot easier.
That would be neat.
Science.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are heading out of town. You guys are making your way.
I believe we'd be going north from here up the road.
Yep.
Right?
You're heading
Yeah.
at north and then pretty much going straight west based on your little crude map in the note of the area that you've been in.
And this isn't terrain we could easily take, like, mounts or horses into, I don't think, is
No,
it? Yeah.
no. It's pretty rocky to get up to this area. It would have been easier if it was the main mine, because that would have taken you straight along the road, but this is a very hidden spot and a little bit more difficult area.
So, Garv, is this secluded enough?
I mean, I think so. Look, I mean, there's a spot that's marked on a map in here. And some numbers, and a back entrance or something. I'm pretty sure we can get in.
Okay. Cool.
You can take a look if you want.
And I pass the book over to Adrian to take a look.
Okay. So you see the similar ideas. You see the crudely drawn map.
I'm gonna copy that into my own notebook.
Okay.
Just in case.
You see mentions of, you know, the vault itself being secured, protected. Talked about the back entrance, and then at the very end you see the number sequence.
Pretty sure secured or protected means traps or guardians. Or both.
Eh,
My time to shine.
another day, another dungeon, you know?
Eh.
Look, so we get this thing here, and what, the plan's to go back to me?
Yep.
Right? So go through, we get to the dark side of the Fae. How are we getting home? What's the plan from there?
The plan is evolving. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, I have a few ideas, but nothing concrete yet.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'm also wondering too, do we really need to go after a Fae Stone to get into the Fae? Why do we need to go through right there?
I mean, do you want to walk all the way through from the Sealy all the way to the other side? And
I like
through-
this. I like this.
That.
I mean, I don't think that portal, that connection exists anymore. I don't think it's gonna take us to the Unseelie. Not
Why do
after
you
what
think
I
it's gonna-
did with you. That dark energy
Oh.
faded.
Oh. Well, we may need to ask another favor of Dad or something. Ooh. So what are we just? Are we just fucking skipping this?
No. But I did get a couple extra backup plans while you guys were shopping.
Oh, good.
And I kind of
Good,
pull
good,
a
good.
necklace out from beneath my robes.
Shiny. What's it do?
Ooh.
Well, there's about a 60% chance it'll take me to the plane we want to go to if I can focus my magic strong enough. And
Whoa.
a 40% chance we won't. There's also a chance if we're stuck there, it could get us out. And then I pull out a map scroll. And this, I don't even know if I'm strong enough to use it. But it could take us anywhere we want to go.
Huh. Shit, all I bought
It
was
took a-
diamonds and potions and shit. Jesus.
It took a lot of, I think, self-control not to just try and go grab Knob and bounce back. But I don't think that's a good idea.
No, even I didn't do that. Not for lack of trying, but, you know.
But I don't know if,
Do we need this
if meat's
stone
gonna
for-
get us to where we want to be.
What was that, Sahiri?
Well, it seems to me that the Harpers wouldn't send you all for this stone if we didn't need it for some reason, whether it's to get us to the Fae or whether it's something when we're in the Fae. It seems like we need it.
This stone was dark. It corrupted the man that...
In the Fae, it's different.
Maybe. But I don't want to
Yes.
hold the thing. It could easily turn any of us to madness.
Yeah, and if it's dark here,
Be
probably not going to be
rude, but-
lighter there. I assume.
Well, probably not, but perhaps we will encounter somebody who is Fae touched or something where it will.
I point to Garvin.
Not that kind of Fae touched.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm all for going into the mines and doing what we promised for Agatha. And getting
Yeah.
this. I'm just not sure meets the... where we need to go. Or if it'll work.
We might have broke that door.
Well, meat, except for meat, seems to be a particularly. I mean, we got sent to meat once. This is the second time we're being sent to meat. Meat is where we met Knob, who was an integral part to this. I mean, and if somebody was tracking us to Knob, then we owe it to Knob to go back to meat anyway.
I mean, I guess
I
if
don't
the
know.
stone's dark enough to open a portal to meat with its own energy, to the Unseelie, but it could very well take us to the Seelie Fae. And we might have to make a trek from one side of the Fae to the other.
Great!
I'm not sure what
That'll
Dad
be
did to the
fun.
portal. All I know is I asked him to fix it and close it.
Well, there's one way to find out.
I didn't really know at the time and we might need it.
None of us did. There's no way you could have. It's fine.
Maybe
I
your
mean-
dad knew, right?
Exactly. Maybe your dad did.
Alright.
Maybe he was
Temporarily
sober.
shut it
Everything's a
down.
gamble with him.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think of ways to save us time. If we could shave it off.
I mean, I
The
like a
Harpers
good
have
dig.
been through here. It seems like they want to hear.
I mean, what's our priority? You know, I mean, we can get to the Fae by a few means, I guess, but I mean, is it like the stone targets exactly where we gotta go? Is it like, you know, it's like a two-part glue, you know? This part has to meet this part to do the thing. I was going somewhere with that.
It makes it work. It
I don't
doesn't-
know.
it meant
Cool.
So you guys have been walking for some time. You see the mountains are coming closer. The train is now starting to get a little bit more difficult. There's more rocks. There's loose stone paths that seem to be that if you take a wrong step, you could fall back down. Nothing that's going to hurt, but you may lose some traction. The day is just slowly wearing on as you guys are making your way up here. Eventually, you guys come up, and you're at the early elevations of the actual this side of the Sword Mountains. You're following kind of closely along what you think is right the area of the map. Eventually, you see a set of 3 or 4 caves. Like cave entrances. As you guys come up to the hill.
1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Maybe we go in 1 first.
Well, how many caves are there?
You see about
3.
4 of them.
4 of them? Okay.
Wait. Hagen was a dwarf. Dwarven is written right to left, not left to right, like common. I... I trust Garvin. Sure, fuck it.
So, first thing that Carbon I think is going to look at is the map. Does this look like the right spot for where's this? Where do we look like we're in a relevance to that X on the map?
So, yeah, as you kind of come across, the mountain kind of curls. So, the edges of it kind of curl to the west and then move sharply to the north. So it kind of creates this little corner. And it looks right about that you guys are in this corner. As it kind of curls around, you see the caves kind of back, almost back to back to back. There's maybe a 10-foot wide gap between each of the entrances.
I wonder if that's the main way in.
I mean, maybe. How...
Dwarven architecture is not really my thing.
I mean, a bit more mine, but how? I guess how heavily traveled does this look?
It doesn't at all, actually. There's no paths.
I mean, like by comparison to the other ones, does this look like it was heavily traveled at some point, or
no? None of them look especially. I mean, this was hundreds of years ago that Hargrim was alive. So if anybody else has been here, it hasn't been in a while.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at the same map you are. I mean, plus or minus that one spot where I stepped on a rock and made a bump. But, you know. I don't know. I say we just pick one.
We go in?
Sure.
I mean, it would make more sense if there was 5 of them. If you had
It
to
would.
choose one of them, but I mean, maybe it's just saying you go down this number first, then the next number. Maybe we have to make like meet another fork in the road further in.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
like we take the first cave, then it's the 5th branch on the first intersection, then it's the 4th on the
Right.
next. Oh, I'm following you. Okay. It's like a labyrinth. Oh, hey, that's handy that I got the little thingamajig that can help me retrace my steps, so if we get lost, I can find my way out.
Yep. Terrifying to think about, but glad you have that.
Hey, it works, you know?
Well, then, Coco, lead on.
Okay. So Coco will head inside first and keep an eye out for things that might look like they might turn into killer clowns.
Okay.
I.e. traps.
Okay.
And I'll hit myself with dark vision. Pew pew.
So you guys You enter in. As you get in, you see this opens to a actually rather large cave chamber. And you see that there's 4 entrances that lead into this chamber.
So there were 4 caves, and now there are 4 entrances.
That lead back out. It looks like
Okay,
all
so-
4 of the
So-
cave entrances
But
led
wait,
into this
no.
giant circular.
Cool, so we deliberated for nothing, as per usual.
Hang on a second.
I take out the lantern of revealing
That's
and I
weird.
light it up, and I start scanning it across the cave wall to see if
Okay.
anything shows.
You don't see any like hidden entrances or invisible walls or even anything hidden. You see the path does continue through. So as this chamber kind of reaches the back of this round entranceway, that there's another hallway that kind of continues on through this cavern.
Okay. Garvin just turns it off, saving as much oil as possible.
Sorry, Coco, you were saying?
Oh, weird.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of dwarves. I always
So-
thought they were weird.
Coco, go ahead and give a perception
because of
or investigation check.
Yeah, it's in the 20.
Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. So yes,
Look,
you,
Expertise,
rogue.
baby.
you don't see anything in. And what's your passive investigation?
Passive investigation is 19.
Rogue.
And your passive perception's what,
Ow.
20 something?
No, the perception is actually it's 14.
Oh, okay. So you guys,
Coco is a teenager. She's not super wise.
fair enough.
I mean, at this point, basically, so are Garvin and Adrian.
She thinks what riding the moose is fun.
It is
So you guys
fun.
It is
Continue
fun,
on
but-
through this cavern. It winds on for a while, and then eventually, you guys come to this large stone wall, and does not look natural. The caves themselves look natural. They look worn down. They look like it's been just something etched. But this wide wall looks handmade. It's perfectly smooth. The only thing you see is on the left side, there are 3 levers, and on the right side there are 2.
Ah.
Yeah. But you said they write right to left, right?
I mean, Dwarvish script is written right to left, not left to right, but that doesn't mean that they necessarily numbered it that way. I
But
don't.
he wasn't dwarvish, though, was he?
Hargan Deepbinder, he was a dwarf. Oh yeah.
He was.
Yes.
With a name like Deepbinder, I would assume.
Look, if he's dwarvish, I'd assume he's kind of
But he's also written all the
stickler for
journals
things
in
like this.
in common. So
Yeah.
Would he write the journals in common to throw people off, to do it wrong?
I mean,
Or was he
Hmm.
leaving this for others in his company so that they could figure it out?
it was hidden in a wall in his bedroom. I don't think it was for anyone but him. But he was losing his mind, so I think he had to write it down not to forget.
Right. I guess.
So, I mean, basing on that assumption, we can also assume that he would not have the presence of mind to remember that, hey, this is numbered Dwarvish, not everybody else. Well, except
I think it's
Draconic.
written all left to right, from front to back. Might as well do it left to right.
Yeah, I would assume. So everybody pick a number 1 to 5. I picked 2.
Are the levers numbered?
no, they are not. But they're all up.
Right, well, they're not numbered. How do we know which one's 1 and which one's 5?
try one and hope that we're not dead?
Sahira, you got any ideas? She seems like she's got a look on her face like, I don't know what to
The
do.
only thing I can think of is we have a potion of
Clairvoyance. I mean, that would let us see on the other, like, someplace we want to.
Oh yeah, that's that one.
Not sure it would let us see. I mean, I guess we could see on the other side of the door. Not sure if it would help.
Bust it down.
Not entirely certain what it does.
Well, clairvoyance lets you kind of spy on something from afar. Like, be in another place and see from there? Kind of like scrying, but not quite.
Could it show what would happen if we pulled a certain lever?
No, it's not like a divination or anything.
Okay.
It's a different kind of clairvoyance. Is there a cat in here?
Sorry,
Alright.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't bring a cat. I'm just practicing my cat. Cats are assholes. You gotta keep up on it or else they're like, oh, you're not really a cat. And I'm like, dude, fuck you, look at me. And they're like, pfft. Yeah, it's messy. Okay. Well, I mean, okay, so here's a couple of things there. I got a spell there that I can find traps, and it might give me an idea of what kind of trap this is gonna trigger. Or maybe the looky-loo lantern, maybe there's like invisible script or something, and maybe he numbered it, or maybe not because he's a dwarf and dwarves are dicks.
How about this?
While they're debating this, can I look and see if I can figure out what the mechanism does?
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have a Coco.
You
so
can
don't
give an
have to waste
investigation check.
spell.
I know this is going to be a.
I could always roll low.
You could always roll a 2 and
What
get like a
about-
94.
What if just the leftmost one's number 1 and the rightmost one's number 5?
That's what I assumed. That's why we were debating Dwarven script for fucking 10 minutes.
I mean,
Natural 20.
oh god!
Sorry? I'm not sorry.
43.
So,
Tell us your secrets, O Dungeon Master.
you're sitting there, you're looking at these mechanisms, and you honestly think they're numbered in order 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5.
Okay.
So right to left, not left to right.
I'm backwards, so left to right.
Okay, so left to right.
Yeah, everything's backwards on me right now.
Okay, so while they're continuing to debate, Coco just goes and flips the switches 1, 5, 4, 2, 3.
Every time you hit one, you hear a clinking noise, and eventually, the door.
I guess Coco's doing it.
You hear a shaking sound as the stone slab literally lifts up into the air, into the mountain, or into the rock above you.
Are we dead yet?
Ahead, you see a very long corridor that has a stairwell that leads down, and then it just gets dark past your dark side.
Holy shit.
Alright. Wait, you got those things, right, Coco? For your eyes. To see?
That she's already wearing them.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, sorry, it's
We
kind
were
of dark
going-
in here. And
We were
he
going
touches...
we were going into caves, so Coco already had them on.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
for
touch
anybody at home,
myself
imagine a
doing-
giant parakeet wearing a pair of night vision goggles is basically what she's looking like right
Yep.
now.
It's a parakeet wearing goggles that look like owls.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right.
have a little beak on it and shit. It's great. It's a bird wearing a bird mask. It's so good.
I'm casting dark vision on myself.
Okay. So now everybody can see.
Yep.
Murray, did he cast it on
I
himself?
hit myself with dark vision before we walked in.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you guys continue
I
on.
saw her pulling her glasses down. I was like, oh yeah.
The hallways themselves are smooth, very intricately cut stone. The steps are perfectly even, stepping down as you guys make your way through. You continue on. The ceiling itself is about 15 feet high, so it's not a huge, gigantic chamber in this section. This is a shaftway of some sort going through down further into the mountain. You guys continue walking. It feels like you've been walking for quite some time. After about 5 minutes of walking, you guys take a step, and you see a large chamber coming up ahead. As you enter the chamber, you see it's about a 40-foot square. It's a pretty decent sized room. You see 2 passageways, one to your left, one to your right. Both of them are blocked by a portcullis on each side. You see ahead another doorway that doesn't have any type of gate or anything, and it goes straight down a stairwell. As you enter the...
Otherwise look okay? Does it look safe before we go?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
No, that is a 6.
Okay.
Seems fine.
So, you all step into the room. As you all make it into the room, eventually, the doorway behind you, a giant portcullis shoots up behind you and bars your exit.
Yeah.
Immediately, the lights, there's these flames on the walls, all these braziers,
Oops.
light up.
Sorry.
The stairwell going down lights up. You see lights in all the hallways light up. You can see ahead of you, in the room that doesn't have a portcullis blocking it, you see, as the lights all come on in there, you see what looks like glinting on the ground.
Uh-oh.
As you get to the end of as you get to the top of the steps, you look down, and it just looks like there's piles of gold and gems sitting on the floor. The hallway steps down, it goes down about 25 feet, and then goes on for another 35 feet into this other room that's just filled with treasure of sorts.
I'm just gonna put my hand on Coco's shoulder from behind. Coco, this seems way too
Didn't they
easy.
say the mine was going broke? Where did the money
Yeah.
come
Yeah,
from
they
if they were broke?
bankrupted themselves to build this vault.
I'm pretty
And
sure
then
he
it
put
was-
all this stuff here so people wouldn't dig further for what they really wanted to hide.
How far ahead is all of the piles of gold and stuff?
It's about
Is it,
60
like, right
feet.
there?
It's about 60 feet. So you're at the top of the steps. The steps go down 25, and there's another 35. So it's 60 feet from where you are standing.
So all most of us can see is just a glint of.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's light now. Never mind.
Yeah, from the top of the steps, you can see a pretty good amount of stuff.
Coco's gonna grab a ball bearing from in her backpack and chuck it as far as she can, and see if that is actually there. Does it clink or is it an illusion?
She throws it, and it bounces in, and you see it hit a little pile, bounce off, hit another pile, and then slowly roll to the middle of the room.
Good thinking, pretty birdie. See, this is why we keep you around, because you know how to do this shit. Also, you're good company.
I mean, I don't think we technically keep her around. I think we're just lucky she stays around.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Family.
So the stairs do the stairs going down, apart from being completely lit up, do they look like they're gonna, collapse under our weight and slide?
No,
us
they
into
look like solid
the-
stone. Everything in here, it's dwarven craftsmanship, which the stairwells, the walls, everything is perfectly even, smooth. It's
more like, is it a trap that's going to turn into a slide or something?
you can give a perception check or an investigation check.
I'll give Coco my quarterstaff so she can do that tap 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 tap. Here you go, pull it out of my bag.
Yeah, Coco's gonna take her time and do a proper investigation,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because that's a total of 15.
Okay, the stairs look solid. They don't look like there's anything that you. It doesn't look like anything wrong with them.
Okay. In case, Coco will proceed.
Okay. As you get down to the bottom of the steps, another portcullis immediately shoots up in front of you, right into the doorway of this chamber. You see the gold slowly start to move on its own. It starts to swirl. You see it start to swirl. And it swirls, and it eventually forms in this giant blob. And out of that blob you see arms reach out.
See? Trap!
Yep.
The rest of you, are you still in the other room
Damn
as
it,
she's gone down the
something
steps?
I
I
followed
was
her
back
behind her.
far.
Yeah,
So,
I'm like,
I mean,
I'd be the
As-
farthest back, so
Okay.
whoever's next. So I guess
as-
where Adrian is, I'd be right behind him.
okay, so as the portcullis in front of you comes up, you hear the sound of the other two portcullises that are going down the two aisleways come down.
Can you run that by me one more time? I'm not sure I
So,
got what's going on with the portcullis.
there's a chamber. The chamber you guys came into before you went down the stairs.
Yes.
There were two hallways to the left and the right, or both blocked.
Yes.
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 And then the doorway you came in was blocked. But the two doorways that were blocked, the portcullises have come down. So there's no longer blocking those entrances. Just the entranceway into this, where this creature is.
So it's preventing the creature from coming, or it has...
It's preventing it from
given-
coming, but it's also preventing you from getting in there.
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
yeah, Adrian's got out here.
As you guys are standing there watching this thing form, the arms come out. From the center, where it looks like a single eye, a dark purple stone is embedded in the face.
Something tells me that's the thing we need.
Yeah, probably.
What's it doing?
It's just, right now, it's just standing there kind of hovering. I mean, it's well, not hovering, it's just, its body is sitting there. It's like a
Hello?
giant elemental.
Hello?
Shout out towards it.
You get no response.
I'm gonna try Dwarvish. Hello?
In Dwarvish, you hear a voice in your head. Seek the treasure you want to find. You must do what a party must never do.
Fuck me, why do all the rocks talk in my head? We have to split up.
Why do you think that?
Because the fucking rock just said it in my head. In Dwarvish.
Why are we supposed to trust a rock?
I didn't say we were, I just... whatever. This sucks.
one before.
Yeah, and look what almost happened.
Tim, you're muted.
We can't hear you.
I can turn 3 of us into farts, and I can get really small and go in there. But
I
then
mean, yeah, there's that.
I'm kind of screwed for the day though if I do that.
I mean, what are we gonna do when we go in there, though?
Give him a hug.
Can you ask him more questions?
Yeah, sure, whatever. What do you want? What do you got?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. In Dwarvish, what is it that you think we seek?
It just repeats back the exact same phrase that it said before.
Yeah, no, this is fucking pointless. It's just saying the same shit.
Okay, so we gotta split the party. Yay!
So...
I don't like that idea. I don't see any
No.
reason why we should split up.
I mean,
What exactly did it say?
To find the treasure that you seek, you must do what a party must never do. Split, obviously.
or
Why-
commit cannibalism.
I mean, we split up all the time, though.
Yeah, but
I
like,
mean-
not in a dungeon.
I mean, we did in that alleyway.
I mean... Yeah,
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious, right? There's 2 doors that just opened.
So, if we are gonna split up, does that mean 1, 2, and 2? Or does that mean 3 and 2? Or what are we thinking?
Oh, I can't. I mean, the door in front of us, I can get you through there as a fart, or I can turn into a mouse or something. I can get through there. But I think he means those, because the portcullis in front of us is closed, and yeah.
Yeah,
Why-
but
Wait a second. What caused him
Yeah.
to... Can you figure out what made him move, Coco?
Sure.
why would... No.
What if we can get him to reverse, and we put something under the portcullis so they can't close?
I mean, I guess player's guess is that it was just advancing somewhere, it triggered something.
We got too close to the encounter and the boss started.
Cutscene! Yeah,
No,
we-
don't
we
walk
tr-
that close to
We
cowards.
triggered the
Fuck.
cutscene early. God damn. That is a 16.
Okay, you don't notice any type of mechanisms. The only mechanism, of course, itself was the portcullis, but as far as what you saw on the floor and the steps, there's nothing you can figure out that physically that triggered it.
Oh, it's a magic-y thing.
What if we just back up? Magic?
Murray, can you
Hey.
sense it?
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Does he? Oh.
And I'm gonna cast Detect Magic with
Okay.
my Furbolg
So
magic-y stuff.
the creature itself is definitely emanating conjuration.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of. I think everything you even mentioned the floor itself is kind of giving off an air of conjuration magic as well.
It tastes like it's conjured. The floor and everything, man. It's everywhere.
So that's bad. Probably. Or it's great. Who fucking knows? Can we get a dungeon?
I mean, crazy wizards make dungeons. I'm not a crazy wizard.
Yeah, but like, you know, we get fucked over by them enough. I'd just love to leave it for the next idiot who stumbles along. You know,
I
give
mean,
him something
what
shiny
if we
at the
back
end.
up and this thing unforms or something? I don't know. I mean,
let's try.
it could just quite literally mean that we can't both go 2 different ways at the same time. Maybe we need to hit 2 pressure plates or something. I don't know. I think we need to look around and find more things.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for grabbing one of those doors out there and just going for a wander, you know? I mean, fuck it. We're here.
I mean, why don't we all go together?
I mean,
Ooh.
something tells me this is gonna do exactly what that just did, but let's try it.
Ooh. Sorry, my Murray sense is tingling here. What if we all choose to go down one hallway, the portcullis goes up and locks us all in one, and it requires us to be in two? I mean, I could do the animal fart thing, but again.
I mean, why don't we just walk along and use your senses to see if there's things that lie ahead by these portcullis?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got this for another 8 minutes. Yep.
So you guys going back up in the main chamber?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
you guys
like tasting the magic.
You guys head up into the main chamber, and that's, I think, where we're going to stop tonight. We're going to end up a little early, partly because I'm exhausted, and just a good spot to stop, because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff happening as this kind of goes through. So, as the magic of this section has been activated, and got ourselves a little bit of a mini dungeon crawl here. So, we'll see how this goes. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you as always. I know Vito is not here anymore, but thank you again for the sub. Appreciate that. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't remember the command name.
Yeah!
Don't forget to check out all these folks here. We'll be back in 2 weeks and continue on with this. I may have a slightly different format for how we show off this one, because a little bit more involved in this dungeon than meets the eye. So we'll check back in a couple weeks, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys later. Take care, guys.